Hi, and welcome to this chapter, Systems Trading. This trading system was uniquely created by FundFXE to help aid their traders. It is a price action indicator, not a normal delayed indicator. It reads price in the form of candles, patterns, support and resistance, supply and demand, divergences and wave counts all done for you. It is our holy grail tool, but we don't rely on it solely by itself. It must be used within your own analysis and then use the indicator to help guide your trade decision. So with that, let's move on to our actual charts with the actual indicator applied. Below you can see when we first did our system setup was our MT4 setup, and that we asked you guys to create 3 different actual folders, which was meant to be done in the beginning. Our first of which was the FundFXE D1 template to one chart, and then a FundFXE H1 H4 to another chart, and then obviously a FundFXE plane that we obviously use for our overall currency strengths. So obviously with our MACD at the bottom. So now let's go into how we actually use the system and why. Okay, so when we use the system, we're only basically looking at 4 time frames. We're only looking at the daily, we're only looking at the 4 hour, and we're only looking at the 1 hour. Well, the template like this with the green background is for the daily time frame. As you can see, it's only needed for the daily time frame. You can browse through it down onto a 4 hour. That can be done, but it's not. We don't recommend that you do that. It's not necessary. It can go down to 1 hour as well, but we don't recommend it for that. We recommend the D1 template stays on the daily. Then on the next EURUSD chart, we have the 4 hour, which is the H1 H4 template, the FundFXE templates. As you can see here, template FundFXE H1 H4. It's got a white background, also with the blue and black and red dots, and this is the template we use on there. Now, the third and final template is your own template that we use to do our own analysis in line with our indicator system. So, how we use the indicator system works as such. We go to the daily time frame first of all. If you try go to a weekly, the dots are going to be out of line. The dots do not work on the weeklies. It only sticks to the dailies. Okay. With this system, you'll see that there's a buy and sell alert. You don't have to use that necessarily. The buy and sell alerts, we ask you to you can add it onto your chart if you want. That just helps you to reminder that you need to buy and sell. I don't like to use it though. I really like to use it for the H1 H4. So let's just go and remove that quickly. Indicator list. You can see there's too many there. Let's just take them all off. I don't want them all at all. So we can go like this, templates, D1, just to get everything back to normal again. Okay. So now, how we use this template is like such, or the indicator rather, is that in an uptrend, we have to create a low, a high, a higher low, a higher high, a higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. This system will read when it is in an uptrend or when it is in a downtrend. So, at the moment, price itself is in a downtrend because we have red indicating down and blue to indicate up for buying opportunities. Now, this is where the system itself comes into play, is that we have a system where we have to have blue dots on top of either the white or black. So when we have blue dots on top of white or black, as if like this, that's indicative of a buy. So, as you can see, we had a move up, there will be blue dots appearing here, and we had a retrace down. Is blue dots above the white dots here? Yes, they are. So that is a buy, and there's our buy signal, either on that hammer there or the bullish engulf. So it's reading the candles for you, and on a 4 hour that would be a double bottom, so you could see that more clearly, but then you'd obviously see them move off. It would stay blue. If price had to fall below that, those dots would disappear and telling you to get out of the trade. This is essentially me trading with you every single day. Nick saying stay in for the buy, Nick saying stay in for the sell. Okay, that's how the system works. Is that now you had the up move to make a higher high, a retrace down into a higher low. What is below? Black dots with a blue above. That still means it's good for buys. What is that? That's a morning star. If you remember, you have to finish your candles chapter first to move on to here. That is a morning star sitting there. That will give off a reading. It will read the morning star, and then when it does, it will give us a wave up. Same again. We have the continued move up, and obviously a retrace down. Blue dots, white at the bottom. It's indicative of a buy. Now, what happens when you're looking for the sells? You must remember that, let's go for the example on the left here, is that the sells would also have the white up top with the red below. So, price went up a high, it came down, it made a low, a high, a lower high, and then it red dots below. Yes, that is a selling opportunity. Are the red dots below the white? Yes, that is clear to sell. Again, red dots below the white, clear to sell. Red dots below the white, clear to sell. Red dots below the white, clear to sell. Now it comes right down to the blue. Blue dots are the first ones to come out of line when they see the white has closed and there's no more white coming appearing this way, but there's now a blue one here. This is telling us that there should be a trend reversal happening soon. So we wait for a high to be formed, yes, then a lower high, sorry, a higher low, and then a higher high. Then the black will confirm that there's a definite up move that's now happening. Then we get the move continuously going up, as we mentioned before, and then we have the sequences of a red on top. Now we have as you can see if you go down to a lower time frame, that there is white here, so this is indicative of now a sell. So what happens is that we have a selling opportunity here, a selling opportunity there. When the dots appear on top, those are selling opportunities. When the dots appear below, those are buying opportunities. Now that is on the daily time frame. So if our daily is saying only look for sells, only look for sells, this is essentially Nicholas shouting at you every day saying only look for sells, only look for sells, only look for sells. So on a daily we now know, okay, right, we must only be looking for sells. So what do? We go down simply to one time frame, the lesser one. As you can see, at this level here on our daily, it was red, telling us only look for sells. So what do? Same for the 4-hour time frame. We only look for sells. Okay, let's go down to here. You can see the dots won't measure up on here because it needs to work on the 4-hour time frame. But you go to the 4-hour, and you can see price falls, retraces where the black dots here up top now. This is telling us it is safe to sell. Selling opportunity here, there was a selling opportunity there that probably wouldn't have worked, but then another one would have worked here, and another and another. Same story for this here. Selling opportunity here, selling opportunity here, and another selling opportunity here. These ones here were definite clear selling opportunities, that mostly larger and that there. You can see these red didn't line up with that black up top there. So now for the 4-hour and the 1-hour time frame, it must be black on top with the red below, indicating a definite sell. When it's for a buy, it is what? It is a black below with a blue above. You can see here, let's move it all the way across. You can see a confirmed up move, a retrace. Black dots below with a blue above, a definite buy. Retrace, blue dots above, black below, indicative buy. Blue dots above, black below. Are they lining up? Let's see. Yes, they are lining up. The black dots are still in line with the blue. That's a buy. Let's move over now for the sells. A defined drop. Now, there's this easy way to trade this, is that when the black dots start disappearing, the first red dot that appears. So if it wasn't an uptrend, it would be black dots below, and then it would be the first red dot to appear at the top. while the black dot disappears, that's indicative of the wave count being completed. But all you need to remember is that if the black dots disappear and the first red dot, we ideally like to trade that as a reversal. And then you get a retrace. Is it still black above? Yes, confirm sell. When the blacks start disappearing, the blue will start to appear. Now, you ask me which is the more important color here. The black color is the most important, because those are the safe bets for the buys, the safe bets for the sells. So, how do we now use this system as an entry point system? Okay, so let's get stuck into that quickly with a more clear example. Let's go to one up top here. This is pretty easy. Okay, so let's just say we have our selling opportunity because the black is on top and the red is below. There is our evening star over here. So what do we do now? Firstly, we'd have one red dot appear. So this is a 4-hour time frame. On that 4-hour time frame, that evening candles, the evening star candles, will close, telling us, hey, I want to go bearish soon. Great, now we know. But now say we didn't have the system there, we'd still know. But the system is essentially telling us that it wants to go for a sell, because you must remember at the top of this move, it's only on the daily, it's telling us it's only looking for sells. Nicholas is saying only look for sells. 4-hour, only look for sells. Now what? We had our evening star. On the close of that 4-hour on that evening star, a red dot will appear. Now, the first red dot, you mustn't execute your trade on the first red dot. You've got to wait till the close of that first red dot. So, meaning that when that second dot appears, you can open your trade. So how do we do that? So let's go like this. We open our trade on the open of the second red dot that falls underneath the black line. So when it's black above, red below, it's indicative of a sell. Second dot close, we sell. We place a stop loss above the previous high. We could even be that to be safe, or I'd probably like to put this above the swing high, which would be it's a bit too high, so probably adapt to the swing high here, and then ideally look for the move down until blue dots do exactly the same. Now we can use this system as an exit system as well. So just as the same as it offered you an entry, it can also offer you an exit. So let's see how that works. As for the sell, it was red below the black. Great, means sell. We wait for the second red dot to appear, we execute our trade. Now the trade is falling and happily into profit. Now what happens, guys, is that we have to realize that to get out of the trade, much the same story. We wait for the second blue dot to close. Because why? That is a bullish engulfing happening there. That would be a second blue dot must close. Now on the rare occasion, sometimes the candles can spike through that blue dot and fall even further. But in this case, we would have made a good decent 1 to 2 risk reward, even more than that, 1 to 2.5. So for us now, worrying about scraps, another extra 30 pips, knowing that there's possibly a support zone here, we have to know these things. So this is why you got to look to your left of your chart as much as the right. You've got to look to the past to realize what's coming into, and then obviously read the system. When the system tells you to get out, you get out. If you've only made 60 pips and the system's telling you to get out, you take your money and you run. You do not sit there being greedy. If a system tells you to get out, you get out. Same for buys, guys. Blue dots move up, comes back down, get black, 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 black. With a second blue dot, ideally we can execute on this. So the first blue dot closes and the second one opens, meaning we'd have a bullish engulf. We could make easy a 90 pip trade turn into over here 120 pips. Not the greatest risk reward, but the system was telling us to get out. But then again, the system told us again to get back in, because it retraced fine That's fair enough, but it gave us more blue above the black. Are they in line? Let's see if they're in line. Yes, the blue is in line with the black. So that was telling us, right, there's another buying opportunity coming here, get ready. So risk reward here could even be even greater, far greater. That would have been a very nice trade. So, well, how you get out that trade is what? The first red candle. Sorry, the first red dot to appear, not candle. Okay, so how to get in? Wait for this first dot to close and the second one to open. How to get out of a trade? Wait for the first opposite color to close and the second dot to open. Then you can execute the trade. Also, rules for a sell: red must be below the black, and for a buy, blue must be above a black. Very, very simple, guys. Like I said to you in the previous introduction of this thing, it does everything for you. It reads divergences, it reads wave counts, it reads patterns, it reads candlestick formations, it reads large areas of demand, large area support. You'll often see that here, this was the area of how it normally draws, a large area of demand. This system knew that if you enter in a actual MACD or a awesome oscillator, this on a 1 hour will show divergence. I can see the divergence is building up here. That is divergence. The system is reading that. So it read the divergence, wave up 1, it's just A, B, retrace into A, C, and it waved up. The system here is reading more divergence. It reads the divergence for you. Wave down, up, drop. That's how divergence works. Here's again. Divergence. Down, 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 boom, up. Let's go over here. This on a 1 hour would be, let's go down into it just to see. That's on a 1 hour, that double top is also divergence even on a 30 minute. This here at 30 minutes also divergence. That over here has also got divergence. So the system reads all this stuff for you. Just trade the system and you'll be very, very happy with your trading. We've been using it for the last 2 months and the system has been working perfectly. So in essence, guys, follow the rules. What are the rules? For a sell, and we're not going to write this down, we're only going to put this in the video to ensure people actually watch the videos. For a sell, it has to be black above with red below. For a buy, it must be black below with a blue above. Very, very simple. Entry, you wait for the first dot to close, the second dot to open, and the opposite color to appear on the first dot close and the second dot open. Very, very simple. So please, guys, with that, move on to the next chapter.